Okay, today is July 25th, 2022, and here is the next update to the Pear series. So today we are going to look at the pears and see what they look like. They've grown quite a bit because now we're towards the end of the season. Basically after June, there's no need to spray anymore. I noticed that towards the very end of the summer, the rust don't seem to affect the pears as much. So the fruits are growing nicely. I am still pruning a few, taking off all of the bad shapes and fruits that I really don't like for example this one here. See how it looks funky? And not sure what's happening here, but these are just horrible looking fruits. So those are the types that I just pick off and throw away because they're just not pretty and not appealing. And also some of the smaller fruits that are just stragglers, those can be taken off as well, and we're just leaving good sized fruits that are pretty. That way, energy is dispersed to where they need to go, and then they can develop nice beautiful fruits for me to use. And so here, these are the size of them right now. They're about tennis ball size. So very, very good so far. The fruits go all the way down to here. Look at this. And that is the bottom of the trunk right here. And so, yeah, everything is looking beautiful. This is my Korean giant. And this is actually my favorite. I think I mentioned it a bunch of times. And then on it, I grafted a Shinko, and this one here is just loaded down with fruits, guys. They're just weighing down the branch, and I was afraid that it's gonna snap, so I supported the branch with this. There's just so many good looking fruits right here. That's after already pruning a bunch of them off. So here, you see, these are larger ones here. Look at that. So they will continue to grow and get bigger. And so, we're gonna have beautiful fruits pretty soon. And so here's what the Korean giant looks like. It's pretty tall, looking beautiful. Even in this crazy heat that we've been getting in Texas, the pears are doing fine. And on this side, look at this. See that? Beautiful fruits. And look at the cluster of the Shinko, and that is the reason why the branch needs support. You see that? Just so many fruits on it. Okay, so over here we have the one that I grafted a bunch of stuff on. And so this here is Korean giant, as you can see, nice texture. Looks exactly like the one we just looked at. And then here we have Jojiro. So Jojiro is producing more this year than last year. They look very much like the Korean giant. And then here we have the Shinseki. You see how the color is different? And these are some of the sweetest pears that you can grow. The skin, the texture is much softer than the Korean giant, but they're just so sweet, and they're very juicy as well. So that's the reason why I love that one. And then we have the 20th century is not doing much this year, but last year it produced pretty well. And then we have the Hosui right there. You see clusters of them. Not a whole lot, but good enough amount for me to use. And then we have this Shinko, which I grafted so many different things on here, and this fruit tree just produced like crazy every single year. You see clusters and clusters of pears. You see, they're everywhere. So we get a lot of pears from this variety, and I pruned off a lot already, and so we still have quite a few. And you see how heavy this is? It's kind of weighing down on this branch right here. And so sometimes you may have to do additional pruning just so that the branch won't snap. So look at that. See, if you look up, there's so many clusters. I'm very happy about how this turned out this year. We did have a few fruits that were infected with rust, but I took them all off and tossed them away, and so the rest are just good fruits now. So next year I may do a bunch of pruning, keep it lower, and then I'll use those top branches for grafts on some friends' trees and some of my other trees. And here is my persimmon, giant fuyu. Apples not doing anything. Oh, I forgot to show the apple graft on the pear, but this is the pear graft on the apple, looking great. So here's where the graft is, and it's still growing. So let's see the apple graft on the pear. And here it is. You see that? This is my apple right here, grafted onto a pear branch. So if you follow the series, you know that I used the bud graft for this one, and that one I used a branch. And then my other shinko here, it has one fruit, so not much, but that's okay because I actually want it to grow some more. So here's the fruit right there, and then here's the Korean giant that I grafted. But look at this, and this is not gonna grow, so I may just pluck that one off. But the tree looks nice, so it's growing, which is good. Okay, while we're at it, we're gonna look at the persimmon fruit as well. We have so many fruit drops, guys. I don't know what's happening this year, but so many fruits have dropped. But we still have some that are left, so I guess not too bad. But I was expecting a little bit more than this. And the last fuyu, and this one as well, there's a lot of drop. I mean, we still have a good amount of fruit for the small tree, but there were so much more, and they just keep dropping and dropping. So maybe the tree is just young and it's still trying to grow. Maybe that's the reason. But yeah, so that's it for this update. So we'll do another one towards the harvesting season. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.